welcome back to Fresh TV. I'm your host, Manny Fresh. I know it's been a while since I posted anything on this YouTube channel, but I've just been overjoyed and overexcited by the release of these new UFC figures by, I believe it's Jazzwares, if I'm correct. I could be wrong. They're also the ones that make all the figures for Fortnite. I haven't picked up any of those either, but they're super cool to stare at, especially when I'm in the toy aisle at Walmart. But heard these were coming out, and I had to place this baby on pre-order as soon as it did. I used to be a really big UFC fan, and now I don't watch it as much. But when Conor Mcgregor started fighting, I definitely had wanted a figure of him. But of course, for those of you who may know, in 2009, 2010, Jax, I believe, was the one that was producing the old UFC figures, which I showed some at the beginning of my video. If you hear the parakeets in the background, it's because they're not quiet. They're very loud. Please forgive me for that. But I will be trying to talk over them so that I can hear and enjoy the quality of the video. Anyways, so I was super excited that these were coming out again, that they were making, UFC figures again. And there's just some stuff I want to break down. I want to show you what the figure looks like outside of the packaging, and then what the figure looks like inside the packaging. So anyways, this is the figure inside of the packaging, right? This is the front of the box, side of the box, and all that right there. And the back of the box says a lot of stuff. You can go ahead and pause it to read it. All right. Other side of the box is UFC, Conor McGregor. Top of the box just says UFC, doesn't show much. Bottom of the box has this. Ultimate Series, 32 points of articulation, 2020 limited edition UFC figure. So yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and open this baby up, and I'll show you how he looks outside of it. Here's the figure outside of the packaging. I have him on a rotator, so I'll go ahead and a little closer. Here he is, full rotation. His accessories, I'll get into all of this. I'm just showing y'all how he looks from right here. Just get him out of the packaging. His head popped off. It stayed in the packaging, and then I had to take the head out afterwards. But there's a lot of things that I already like about this figure that I wish the old Jax figures had done back then. But yeah. For those of you wondering, this Octagon, if you don't have it, I don't know where you can buy it. I got this when I was, back in 2009 or 2010 as a Christmas gift. So this is when the figures were releasing a lot, and they actually had things like that. Yeah, so I'll get right into the rest of this stuff. Let me just switch on to the accessories. I'm gonna go ahead and get into these first. Excuse my setup, guys. I had a whole thing planned for this, and it just didn't fall through the way I wanted it to. Got this in the mail today and was like, I don't have time to wait. I got to review this now, because there are collectors out there that want to know if it's worth their money to purchase this figure. So let's start off with the belt. Let me get the UFC belt right here, which is pretty detailed. There are these things in the back, like to go ahead and unclip. That way you can place it on the figure, and I can also tighten it as well. So that's pretty dope. He comes with a pair of extra hands. So the ones that are on the figure, they're closed, but these are open, which is really cool. Again, sorry guys, which is really dope. So here's the second. Let me try to get there we go. I gotta admit though, the likeness is somewhat there for the figure you're getting. If it is a $20 figure, I don't even remember paying $20 for the Jax version of UFC figures, but plus he's way shorter. I'll do some size comparisons and things later on in the video, but yeah, here's the head he comes with. For some reason, mine was already scratched at the top, which is going to bother the life out of me. And then he comes with his flag as well, so that's pretty dope. I do like the fact that these come with the flag, with the belt. Old UFC figures, some did come with the belt, but they never came with interchangeable heads or interchangeable hands, so that's really dope. But let's go ahead and scrap all of this and get into the figure itself, because I'm pretty sure you want to know what it does and if it's worth it. Let's go into talking about the figure itself, which I can say, for some reason, the head sculpt reminds me of Gerard Butler in 300, and I just want to say this is Sparta. This head sculpt and even this one where he's yelling, but it still has like that Conor McGregor feel, which is really cool. The tattoos are magnificent on this thing, from the front to the back. The tattoos are just perfect. There is a lot of articulation on this figure. I had to play with it a bit because when I got out of the packaging, it was really stiff. So I had to like mess with the joints and stuff just to pose it, to put it on, the rotator. But yeah, let me mention a few things I like so far. So check this out. The shorts are made out of somewhat of like a mesh. You can check it out right there. Like spandex, I'm sorry. They made it of some kind of like spandex, which is really cool because it's cool, and then it kind of alters, like halt, what am I saying? Hinges? It kind of hinges? Okay, forgive me guys. It kind of stops the figure in a way from being able to pose it the way you want it to. So let me just show you the articulation first, and we'll get into the rest of the figures. Forgive me, for some reason I'm super nervous making this, just in case any of y'all watch it. I know there are collectors out there that want to know if this is worth $20. Not even the Jax figures of UFC were purchased at $20. I remember them being like 10 to 15 if I am correct. So bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Guys, and that's in general, like y'all, guys and girls. Okay, so anyways, here's the figure himself. All right, let's go ahead and look at what the head can do. So the head can move up this far. Side view of that. All right, and it can look down this much. Okay, move side to the side. And then, you can do the full 360. Then, I don't know what they call these butterfly joints, if I'm correct, there I go again. Butterfly joints, if I'm correct, if I'm saying this correct. But that's what's going on right here with the arm. But what's cool is that you get complete, again, look, it kind of tears the tattoo apart in a way. But yes, you can move the hand out, the arm out this far. I'm pretty sure you can do it more. Let me see if I can try. Let me see. No. I don't think you can. Right there. That's as much as you're going to get for the hand. There is a bicep swivel, which bicep swivels are perfect for figures. Here is double hinged elbows. This figure's already, oh my gosh, it's so dope to me already. To be a UFC figure, yes, the wrist swivel, right, all the way around, and then, they're jointed, so you can move that down, move that up, right? Okay. You're going to get the same articulation for both arms, so I'm going to try not to show you all both arms. Here's what I liked what they did with the waist. So the waist you can twist. The waist twist, as you can see, a twist, right? But then you have his upper torso that moves around this way. So instead of putting it on like those hinges that some Marvel Legends, the ab crunch, it's a little different on these, but I like this. I like this a lot. I do. Again, I can see why they did it. It's a UFC figure. You want it to look somewhat human-like because these aren't, superhero figures and stuff like that. So we can get him back this far, right? And we can move him forward. That's a little bothersome, the moving forward, but then again, not a superhero figure, so it's not killing me to see that, you know what I mean? Boom, side to side. Then we got, this is paint from work, guys, all over my hands, forgive me. So we got this, we got a thigh swivel. I call it thigh swivel, but we have that. There is a thigh swivel right here. Boom, you see it? See it? Boom. And I believe the knees are double jointed. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Oh shoot. Okay. Boom. We're seeing the toes go up, right? They go down, the ankle, right? There's pivot. Hold on. Is there ankle pivot? Shardimus Prime, thank you for that term. Is there ankle pivot? We get some ankle pivot, guys. Look at that. Hold on. Focus, boy. We get some ankle. Forgive me for my excitement. As I said before, I only played with it a bit. Okay, so here's what I was talking about. When it comes to the legs, do you all hear that? Look. That scares me. I'm shaking because I don't want to ruin this figure. But it goes that far out, right? His legs front. Like, what the hell's wrong with me? Goes that far out forward. Then let me down and then back. Not so much. We're not getting it to go back so much. See what I mean? Here, look. And I don't want to try that because I feel like, yep, you see that? I feel like it ruins, you know what I mean? Here we go. Yeah, so this is under the shorts that Conor's wearing. There's another pair of shorts, or boxers, if you would say. So, when I was saying that it kind of hinders the movement, it's because these will go up into the thighs, right? And then when you're trying to move the figure, you know, this is getting stuck up there, so you're not really able to move it. But it's not that big of a gripe. I think Jazzwares did a perfect job with this figure. And, yeah, let's see if you can... Yeah, you're getting McGregor. He splits. This is... Okay. This figure, it's pretty bomb. I hope this toy review wasn't too basic. But yeah, so check this out. I'm going to do some size comparisons, though, next to the Jax. I keep saying Jax. I want to say, is it Jax Pacific? Jax Pacific. They're the ones that made toys. But I say Jax just in general. I think those are the original creators of the UFC. They have the license to it. So they're the ones making the figures. But I will say this so far. I love the way it looks in the octagon, Conor McGregor, because it's kind of... He fits perfectly in the octagon. Like, he's not too tall, not too small. He's just the right size. It actually feels like if you're a UFC fan out there and maybe you display your UFC figures in the octagon, you know that the Jax Pacific ones were a bit tall. This seems more real in a way. Look at that. I can see that. Do you see that right there? Now, when I bring out the Jax ones, you're going to see it go, you know, the characters themselves are like this far up. But, let me go ahead and get into that. Let's go ahead and now for some size comparisons of both of these figures. To the right, you have George St. Pierre, one of my all-time favorite UFC fighters, GSP, all the way. From Jazz Pacific, and you have the Jazzwares Conor McGregor. Now, I left my measuring tape, as I said before. I had all this planned, messed up. A measuring tape, I left it back at my job, so I don't have it on me. But, just to give you a little... Look at that. So you have McGregor, who looks like he fits in the octagon, you know what I mean? And then you have these giant behemoth beasts that were Jax Pacific, which I still loved. Even the face sculpt on this figure looks, you know, like GSP. But what I love about this one already is, I'll point it out, there's more articulation in this figure. Double jointed. They didn't do the ab crunch like the Jax Pacific, but it's still perfect the way they did the abs for this one. You cannot really pivot the heads on the Jax Pacific figures. You can only move them left and right. You can pivot the head on this baby right here, and it moves all around. You got interchangeable head on this one. You got the belt, you got the flag, and you got two interchangeable, you know, another set of interchangeable hands. Perfect. These were the only hands that were given to the figure. From the waist down, though, the figure had a lot of great articulation. It does. A lot better than the articulation up here. Again, two different toy companies, and that's why you can see, I said before, the size comparison. Look at that. Look at this thing. But if you're looking to grab this figure, Conor McGregor, right? If you're looking to grab him, like you want to have a, you know, Conor McGregor figure in your collection. Oh yeah, another thing I need to point out. The shorts were painted on them. The shorts aren't painted on him. They are like a mesh material, which is super sick. So if you're looking to get this figure, is it worth $20? I'm gonna say yes. It's very worth $20. This figure is very worth $20. The articulation is perfect. It's still enjoyable. I even like putting his head down a bit. You know what I mean? I enjoy it. I enjoy the head sculpts. I mean, they're not as, it's not Hasbro face technology where it looks exactly like McGregor. But for what Jazzworth is doing with these figures, I mean, shout out to y'all, man. This was perfect, from the tattoos to the articulation to everything. I'm holding a figure with a great amount of articulation. It's what I've wanted in a UFC figure. I cannot wait to get the rest from the line now, which I definitely am, because y'all have John Jones, and I mean, I gotta get my boy John Jones. But as I said before, if you're looking to purchase this figure, guys, go do it. I know right now he's not available on Amazon, but once these babies hit the stores, just grab them off the shelf, man, because I went back to look at these to see how much they were. I went to go look for the Frank Mir figure, which I do not have, or a Brock Lesnar one, and those babies can range from 50 and above. But now we're getting this line, and I'm not sure if Jazzwares is going to continue with older UFC fighters, which if they do, that's even perfect, because I have this, or maybe they'll release an Octagon. You never know. You don't know, but we live in an era where there's so many toys, and it's just a lot of fun. Again, guys, thank y'all so much for tuning into this, I'm going to say podcast. I'm so sorry. But you know what? I'm going to give myself a shout out on that. Whatever. Shout out to Friday the 14th podcast. That's a podcast that I am currently on. You can find us on Google, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, or wherever it is that you listen to your podcast. We talk about horror movies if you're into stuff like that, like I am. But boom. There you go, guys. There's the figure. It's just so much fun. This was a lot of fun to do. If y'all liked what y'all saw, subscribe. I'll have this better next time, a better setup and things like that. Please bear with me as I've decided to really take on reviewing action figures and doing toy hunts as, what I want this YouTube channel to be about. So, Fresh TV, subscribe if you haven't. God bless y'all, and peace.